My mom emailed that she and my sister took my $500,000 savings and moved to Hawaii. Enjoy being broke, she wrote. Later, they called in panic. Whose accounts were those? I just laughed. I stared at the email for 20 minutes, the blue light of my laptop searing into my retinas. We've taken it all. Consider it a repayment for the years you stayed in our house. We're in Maui now. Enjoy being broke, loser. Attached was a photo of my mother and my sister, Sarah, sipping Mai Tais on a balcony overlooking the Pacific. They were beaming. My bank account, which had held exactly $12,000 yesterday, was sitting at $0.04. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I actually felt a strange, cold sense of relief. See, my mother has always been a parasite. When my dad died, she blew the life insurance in 6 months. Then she turned to me. I worked 3 jobs in college while they lounged at home. When I landed my big tech job, she didn't say congrats. She asked for the login to my Netflix. I moved out 2 years ago, but I kept my savings account linked to the old joint address for some reason. Or at least that's what they thought. I knew they were watching me. I knew Sarah had been snooping through my mail when she cleaned my apartment. I knew they saw the statements for the high-yield accounts. I waited. I didn't reply to the email. I didn't call the police. I just went to work, sat at my desk, and lived on ramen for 3 days. On the 4th day, my phone exploded. 13 missed calls from Mom, 24 texts from Sarah. I waited until I was home, poured a glass of water, and finally picked up. Where is it? My mother was screaming so loud the audio was clipping. Marcus, what did you do? I'm confused, I said. My voice is flat as a dial tone. I thought I was broke. How's the weather in Maui? The bank froze everything, Sarah yelled in the background. She sounded like she was hyperventilating. They said the funds are under federal investigation. The police were just at the hotel lobby asking for us. I took a slow sip of water. Well, yeah, I said. That makes sense. What do you mean it makes sense? Give them the authorization. Tell them it was a gift, Mom pleaded. We put a down payment on a villa. If the check bounces, we lose everything and we could go to jail. Mom, I said, did you really think I'd keep $500,000 in a basic savings account accessible by a debit card you stole from my desk? There was a long, jagged silence. That wasn't my money, I whispered. What? I'm a lead compliance officer for a firm that handles liquidated assets for high-risk litigation, I said. I don't care about your job title, she shrieked. Fix the account! I can't fix it, Mom. Those weren't my savings. Those were holding accounts for a client's corporate escrow, specifically a client being investigated for money laundering. I was just the temporary custodian of the digital keys. I could hear Sarah sobbing now. I didn't take your money, I continued. You didn't steal from me. You stole $500,000 from a Mexican construction conglomerate that the FBI is currently dismantling. When you initiated that wire transfer to Hawaii, you didn't just take money, you flagged yourselves as primary suspects in a federal money laundering scheme. You set us up, my mother gasped. You knew we were looking at your mail. I left the statement on the kitchen counter during Sunday dinner because I wanted to see if you'd actually do it, I said. I wanted to believe you loved me more than a payout. I guess I got my answer. Marcus, please, she begged. We're your family. Tell them it was a mistake. We'll give it back. I can't, I said. The money is already gone. The Fed seized it the moment it hit your Maui account, and since the money wasn't mine to give, I can't authorize anything. You committed grand larceny and interstate wire fraud. On camera. We'll go to prison, Sarah screamed. Probably, I said, but look on the bright side. You wanted to live somewhere where you didn't have to pay rent. You're about to get your wish. You monster, my mother hissed. We're your blood! Blood just pumps through the heart, Mom. It doesn't make you a mother. I looked at my actual savings account on my second monitor, the one they didn't know about. The one with a modest $40,000 I'd earned, honestly. Enjoy the vacation, I said. I hung up, blocked both numbers, and went to bed. It was the best sleep I'd had in years.